And sorry, Imam Asad, I cannot actually hear you because my sound is off since I'm inside of here, and I can't even tell if I'm broadcasting properly. It's really hot in here. It's super, super hot. Like, I think one of the electors is sweating. But yeah, so we're here. Asma, is there like a chat that you can ask questions and I can see and then I can answer? Oh, but I can't see. So hold on, let's see if I can see it. Yeah, but then if I click on it, then I can't see myself. So I'll just wing it. I have a new
Assalamu
phone, and so I don't have a stand. And that's why I'm sorry that I can't. I have it propped up against my wallet and my purse. Imam Asad, this Quran is 20 pounds, and so I've done my 8-minute arms exercise for the day with those bicep curls. I won't be putting my hand on the Quran and taking an oath like we thought. We're just going to be taking our oath sitting at our desk and just raising our right hand. And then whatever we sign, we have assigned runners who are going to bring the papers to us while we sign, and then it gets taken. So I'm going to probably not touch this phone so that the camera doesn't get messed up and it starts to record something else. Okay, I'm going to be right back. The Bernie delegates are going to go take a picture together.
Assalamu alaikum. We are here live at the Minnesota State Capitol. Sister Nausheena Hussain is a presidential elector. She is one of 10 electors representing the state of Minnesota who cast a vote for president. You can see that at her desk is the Quran that was used by many elected officials to take their oath of office, including Sister Ilhan Omar, Sister Hudan Hassan, Representative Mahmoud Noor, Commissioner A.K. Hassan, and many others. We are joined here with Sister Asma Nizami, who works closely with Sister Nausheena on a day-to-day basis. Sister Asma, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We're super excited to be here. Nausheena is one of 2 of the at-large electors in our state. So we're really excited to have that seat be taken by a Muslim woman. Right now, Nausheena is off taking some photos, but we get a pretty good view. We're right here. Christy, hi, we see you. Thank you for joining in. And if you're watching via Facebook, thank you. Welcome, and please share this because this is a historic moment in our state.
Now, in a few minutes, they're going to actually take their oath of office. So Sister Nausheena is out there taking a picture with the other electors. Okay, she's on her way back now. So she's going to be seated at there. You can see the Quran on her desk. She's going to take her oath of office in a minute. And after she does that, she will actually cast her presidential ballot. Now, Sister Nausheena's husband, Brother Imtiaz, is in the gallery.
I'll show you this folder packet that I got.
Excellent. That's wonderful, sister.
And then it's got this.
Nice.
This is an actual oath. So I will sign it.
Oh my God. MashaAllah.
This is the official ballot, you guys. Okay. This is the ballot. All right. 3 pieces of paper.
Nice. So she cast two separate ballots.
Check out this fancy pen.
That's awesome. Nausheena loves fancy pens, so that's going to be the highlight of what she takes away from this.
I wish I could hear you guys.
Oh, you're seeing. Okay. So we just went live on a bunch of platforms. So if you're just joining in, alhamdulillah, we're about to get started. I think
here we can see the gallery view that her husband is in the gallery, and we can see how the whole thing looks also.
Mm-hmm.
So this is truly a part of the integration of the Muslim community that Muslims are engaged with the society at all levels. So at whatever level the society is doing a major issue, then the Muslim community is part of it, up to and including electors for the presidential election. Sister Asma, what are your thoughts of the historic nature of this event?
I haven't heard of any other Muslim women having this position before or being getting to
We're
be.
starting 4 minutes, and I have to silence my phone for all these silence.
That's
Wait, does
amazing.
that mean
So
that
it all goes down in 4 minutes.
will she be able to hear us? She will be able to hear us, but we'll still be able to hear her, correct? We'll be able to. Well, I'm hoping that.
No, I don't think she can hear us.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. No, I think it's an exciting moment because there have been so many awesome, incredible leaders who have gotten to put their hand on the Quran and swear an oath for the sake of Allah, and Nausheena gets to follow in their footsteps. So there's always a first, and then there's a second and a third, and inshallah we'll have many more of us doing this in the coming years. But it'll be cool to see what some of the photos look like. This is the first socially distanced elector meeting as well. So this is historic in itself. That it has to be live streamed for people to feel like they're a part of it.
You were seeing before showed the gallery view. So Brother Imtiaz was running a camera from the gallery upstairs, pointing at Sister Nausheena, and Sister Nausheena is at her desk. Ahmad, why don't you put the gallery view on solo for a minute? As you can see here on the right side of our view screen, we have the speaker's podium, which is where the Secretary of State, Steve Simon, will administer the oath of office and conduct this meeting so over there, you can see Secretary of State Steve Simon standing at the top. And he will be administering this meeting of the Electoral College, which is how he does it. And now, Ahmad, if you can go back to Sister Nausheena's camera and put it on solo view so people can see a good picture of that. So this chamber is normally used for the meeting of the House of Representatives. And as you know, they have 134 representatives. So it's a rather large room. And so they picked the largest room available at the state capitol to hold this. Now, this is the view of Sister Nausheena's desk. Sister Asma, please chime in. We're going to get started in about a minute.
Okay, we are about to get started. So Nausheena, if we're watching the gallery view, she's a little speck on the left in the yellow. Nausheena has mentioned it's very hot in this room, so electors are going through quite a bit as they get ready to cast their electoral ballots. But we've gotten to see, mashallah, that she has the ballot already, that she is about to go on and take that oath. She's going to take it on the Quran, but all they're going to have her do actually is raise her right hand and comply with the statements and say that, she is taking that oath. So, and this has never, I think there have been other, Brother Asad have oh, we're getting started.
The hour of noon has arrived. On this day, Monday, December 14, 2020, I convene this assembly, Minnesota's presidential elections. Members of the Electoral College, welcome. Please stand if you are able. Recite.
So So it sounds like they're reciting the Pledge of Allegiance right now.
Yeah, they just did.
Mhm.
They just took their, yeah.
Members of the Electoral College, and thanks for your service. You are not only here today as a witness to this, you're here as part of this. Today, you are literally what you do today will survive you for as long as the United States. We're gathered here today in the middle of a once-in-a-century event. The cost has been high. As of today, nearly 300,000 of our fellow Americans, including almost 4,500 of our fellow Minnesotans, have died from COVID-19. We mourn them, and we vow to remember them. We also continue the work of democracy by holding free and fair elections, just as we have in past pandemics, wars, and other national crises. This afternoon, 49 other states and the District of Columbia are doing exactly what we are doing right here, right now. At this ceremony, Minnesota will officially pass its 10th electoral college votes for the next president and vice president of the United States. As many of you know, there are 538 electorates nationwide. It takes a majority vote of 270 electors to win the presidency. We in Minnesota will pass 10 of those electoral votes today. The U.S. Constitution created the Electoral College, so the Constitution is silent as to how each state chooses to allocate its electoral votes. So, states must decide that question for themselves. Minnesota, long ago, decided to do what 47 other states are doing, which is allocate all of the state's electoral votes to the winner of the statewide popular vote. But that method is a choice. It is not a constitutional. Not all states use this so-called winner-take-all method. 2 states, Maine and Nebraska, allocate electoral votes on the basis of congressional districts. This allows states to split their electoral votes amongst different winners. Some people have suggested that more states move to the Maine and Nebraska model. Others have suggested a move to the national popular vote model, by which individual states would agree to award their electoral votes to the overall winner of the national popular vote instead of the winner of the popular vote in their particular state. And of course, there are those who want to abolish the electoral vote entirely. Whether we as Americans or we as Minnesotans wish to change the way that we select future presidents and vice presidents, that will be an ongoing subject of debate. But our law in Minnesota is clear. And today, we honor, follow that law. Of course, today's events will hasten a transition of power in our country. That same kind of transition of power from a duly elected sitting president to a successful challenger has happened 9 times in American history before today. That transition of power has always been peaceful, orderly, and accepted by the American people. This year should be no different. There are those in our country who have tried to cast doubt in the outcome of the election. But the votes have been properly cast, counted, and in some cases, recounted. The results have been certified. Courts nationwide affirmed the outcomes as procedurally fair and accurate. This meeting of the Electoral College in Minnesota and in all other U.S. jurisdictions will be the latest verification and validation that democracy worked in America 2020. With that in mind, we should recognize today some of the heroes of this past election. The local election officials and poll workers across Minnesota who put in hard work and who faced great obstacles, yet still delivered an election that was fair, honest, and accurate. And the voters of Minnesota who adapted, who leaned in, and who expressed their confidence in our election system by showing up in record numbers, leading the nation once again to turn out. So now is the time to celebrate not a specific candidate-based outcome, but a larger and greater outcome, the endurance of American democracy, even under the most challenging circumstances. We dare not, never take that. President John F. Kennedy said, democracy is never a final achievement. It is a call to an untiring effort. He was right. Democracy is an untiring effort. Its survival, its health require work, focus, and patience, and understanding. We as a people are up to that task. And you, as members of the Electoral College, will lead us today in fulfilling that task. We honor you, and future generations of Americans will be grateful. Members, we will now proceed to the roll call of electors. Before beginning the roll call, let the record show that in accordance with Minnesota Statutes 208.06, presidential electors appeared in the state capitol yesterday morning, December 13th, and notified the governor that they were ready to fulfill their duties as electors. The electors were then provided with a certificate listing the names of all the electors and alternates. I will now proceed to the roll call of electors in the order of congressional district. Please respond by saying the word present when your name is called. The word present. Congressional District 1, Mark Lebo. Congressional District 2, Roxanne Minton. Congressional District 3, Cheryl Foley. Congressional District 4, Diana Tasset-David. Congressional District 5, Travis Thompson. Congressional District 6, Melvin Annery. Congressional District 7, Nancy Larson. Congressional District 8, Joel Heller. State at large, Nausheena Hussain.
Present.
State at large, Mohammed Abdurrahman. Roll call shows that all 10 electors for the state of Minnesota are present. Let the record also show that in accordance with Minnesota Statutes 208.06, alternate presidential electors appeared in the state capitol yesterday, December 13th, and notified the governor that morning that they were ready to fulfill their duties as alternate electors. Alternate electors were then provided with a certificate listing the names of all the alternate electors. I will now proceed to the roll call of alternate electors in the order of congressional district. Once again, please respond by saying the word present and stand if you are able when your name is called. Congressional District 1, Linda Wonderman. Congressional District 2, Greg Hansen. Congressional District 3, Ben Hackett. Congressional District 4, DeAndre Gordon. Congressional District 5, Alfreda Daniels. Congressional District 6, Serena Bauer. Congressional District 7, Alan Parrish. Congressional District 8, Helen Clamp. At large alternate, Renita Bishop. At large alternate, Henry Bishop. The roll call shows that 8 out of the 10 alternate electors for the state of Minnesota are present. Members, on December 2nd, 2020, Governor Walz signed a document titled A Certificate of Ascertainment. This certificate sets forth the official and final results of the votes cast for all presidential electors and alternate electors. 3 copies of this certificate have been forwarded to the Archivist of the United States and were received by that official before today, as required under federal law. Federal law also requires my office to deliver 6 additional copies of this certificate to you today, so we can attach copies of this document to another certificate that will set forth the results of the presidential and vice presidential ballots that will cast later today. I have also been advised that these 6 copies of the certificate of ascertainment are present here in this chamber for your inspection. The certificate of ascertainment lists the official election returns for all presidential candidates to see who votes in Minnesota, and has particular significance for our work here today. It has a special place in this process, in that it reflects the will of all the voters of Minnesota who participated in the presidential election. Mr. David Naima, Deputy Secretary of State for Elections from the Office of the Minnesota Secretary of State Elections Division, will read these official vote totals before we proceed. Mr. Naima.
The return of the votes cast on presidential electors general election canvassed and certified by the state canvassing board on the 4th day, November 2020, for the laws of the state of Minnesota, that the candidates receiving the votes for presidential elector, the number of votes cast for each such candidate in the general election is as follows. The electors pledged Joseph R. Biden, Kamala Harris, Democratic Party Labor Party candidates received 1,717,077 votes. The electors pledged to Donald J. Trump, Michael R. Pence, Republican Party, received 1,484,065 votes. The electors pledged to Rocky Del Fuente, Darcy Richardson, Independence Alliance Party candidates, 5,611 votes. The electors pledged to Holly Hawkins and Angela Walker, Green Party candidates, received 10,033 votes. The electors pledged to Kanye West and Michelle Tidball, independent candidates, received 7,940 votes. The electors pledged to Brock Pierce and Philip Fowler, independent candidates, received 5,651 votes. The electors pledged to Gloria Riva and Leonard Peltier, Socialism Liberation Party candidates, received 1,010 votes. The electors pledged to Allison Kennedy and Malcolm Jarrett, Those Workers Party candidates, 643 votes. The electors pledged to Joe Jorgensen, Jeremy Spike Coleman, Libertarian Party candidates, 34,096 votes. In addition, there were 21 declared write-in candidates, collectively received 1,242 votes. Having received most votes cast in Minnesota, electors and alternate electors pledged to Joseph R. Biden, Kamala Harris, and designated by the certificate of ascertainment as presidential electors, alternate electors for the state of Minnesota.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. All electors are present, which constitutes a quorum. Electors, please rise if you are able, and remain standing for the administration of your vote. The written vote is on the table in front of each elector. Please raise your right hand. After I say the word "I," please state your name and then continue to repeat after me. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Minnesota, and that I will discharge faithfully my duties as elector for President and Vice President of the United States,
President and Vice President of the United States,
in and for the state of Minnesota,
in and for the state of Minnesota,
to the best of my judgment and ability.
the best of my judgment and ability.
Thank you. Please be seated. Members, the written oath is in front of you for your signatures. Please sign this document now, and staff from the Office of Secretary of State will collect the oath related to this needs from that office, who will notarize the document. Thank you. As required by state law, your signed oath will be placed on file in the Office of Secretary of State. We will now proceed to the balloting for President and Vice President of the United States. Under the 12th Amendment to the Constitution, a distinct ballot must be taken for President and a distinct ballot taken for Vice President of the United States. In the materials in front of you, you'll find one ballot for President and one ballot for Vice President. Please complete each ballot by signing your name on the signature line. After completing your ballot, please hold them until I call upon you. If you make a mistake and still on your ballot, please raise your hand and provide a replacement ballot. I will call on you individually, read your vote into the record, and staff from the Office of Secretary of State will collect and confirm your vote. And will bring your completed ballots to this flag of the Office of Secretary of State. Proceed with the vote. Congressional District 1, Elector Imam. Please read your vote for President.
Joseph R. Clay.
And now please read your vote for Vice President.
Kamala Harris.
Congressional District 2, Elector Benjamin. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read for the record your vote for Vice President. Kamala Harris. Congressional District 3, Elector Holden. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President. Kamala Harris. Congressional District 4, Elector Zaman. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President of the United States. Kamala Harris. Thank you. Congressional District 5, Elector Thompson. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. And now please read your vote for Vice President of the United States. Kamala Harris. Thank you. Congressional District 6, Electoral Andrew. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President. Kamala Harris. Thank you. Congressional District 7, Elector Larson. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President of the United States. Kamala Harris. Thank you. Elector Heller. Please read for Congressional District 8 your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President. For Vice President Kamala Harris. Thank you. State at large, Untitled Hussain. Please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President. Kamala Harris. Thank you. State at large, please read your vote for President of the United States. Joseph R. Biden. Now please read your vote for Vice President. Kamala Harris. Thank you. And there's the results of the ballots show 10 votes for President for Joseph R. Biden, 10 votes for Vice President for Kamala Harris. Federal law requires that the elector sign 6 originals of a certificate. Sets forth the votes cast by the electors for President and Vice President. Now ask that these certificates of vote be distributed for your signatures.
So this is an impressive show of how American democracy works. All 10 presidential electors have cast their ballot. They are being re-verified with the Secretary of State right now, who's going to actually have to sign each ballot.
Federal law also requires that an original copy of the certificate of ascertainment be attached to each copy of the certificate of vote. And I will direct this be done after you have affixed.
Sister Asma, feel free to chime in.
Yeah, I think, and I know in 2016 we had issues with a faithless elector. That did not happen this year. We were able to get all 10 electoral votes cast quickly for Joe Biden. So that's another exciting piece of this, that it moved really quickly this year. And alhamdulillah, we are just about done here. And another thing I want to note is that Nausheena and Rise, essentially, we are not huge fans of the Electoral College process or the Electoral College itself, but Nausheena wanted to be a part of this process this year to learn more, to see, you know, how we can change this.
We will now proceed
Exciting.
to the final document requirement, the transmittal of presidential electoral votes. Federal law also requires that the elector sign 6 originals, a certificate transmitting the results of the ballots cast today. Now ask that these documents be distributed. Please sign the certificate above your name. Staff will collect them.
So I guess we're seeing all the formal paperwork or the ceremony of the Electoral
These
College.
originals are distributed to several offices. One copy is mailed directly to the President of the United States Senate. 2 copies are mailed to the Archivist of the United States. 2 copies are filed in the Office of the Secretary of State. And 1 copy is mailed to the Honorable Judge John R. Smith, Chief Judge of the Federal District Court for the District of Minnesota.
Unfortunately, it's difficult to hear what is being said from the front podium, but it sounds like everything went really well. Everything moved smoothly today.
Yeah, they were mentioning that there are 6 copies of these results have to be filed to 6 different places. Walk through where are the 6 places they are going to be filed. But I want to take a follow up on a comment you made. None of us are fans of the Electoral College system because the Electoral College system is a fundamentally unfair
Undemocratic.
and an unjust mechanism. It devalues minority votes. It overvalues rural votes, and there are serious problems with the way this is structured.
Absolutely.
I think it is time for America to have a constitutional amendment to do away with the Electoral College. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I mean, this is part of the reason why many of us are encouraging Nausheena to just do it, was because A, we knew that she could, and B, we can learn more about the process so we can hopefully someday change it. And I don't think she did this because she was excited about the Electoral College process. I think she was excited about the prospect of learning more to see what we can do to overturn this and make sure that votes that are made by individual people actually count, which is what we want to see. I think when I explain to people that don't live in America what the Electoral College is, they're like, that's not democracy. It's just like representation of representation that isn't equitable as it is. And like you said, it overcounts some people's ballots and undercounts others. And we don't want that. But nonetheless, it's really cool to see another Muslim woman in our state capital doing something incredibly important. But I hope the importance of this vote dwindles over time.
Exactly.
Inshallah. Inshallah. And I know, Imam Asad, that you actually shared the Quran with Nausheena. Can you tell us a little bit more about the history of that Quran? How did it come into, why that Quran? It's pretty big. Nausheena mentioned it's like 20 pounds. Tell us more.
Yeah, so this Quran was originally used by, at that time, State Representative Ilhan Omar in this very chamber where Nausheena is at, when she took her oath of office and became a state representative for the first time. And at that time, there had been 8 Muslims who had held elected office before her. Mm-hmm. And all 8 of them had signed that Quran so she could take her oath of office on it. She took her oath of office on it in 2017 and then signed it. And since then, if I'm not mistaken, another 7 Muslims have taken an oath of office on this Quran. Mm-hmm. And these include Commissioner A.K. Hassan, Representative Mahmoud Noor, Representative Hodan Hassan, several school board members, a member of the Met Council, and now a member of the Presidential College of Electors.
So it has a diverse set of people doing different things for our state, which is really cool, mashallah.
Yeah, so I hope personally that one day a Muslim will get elected to governor or president of America and will take their oath of office on this Quran, the Quran that dozens and dozens of Muslims before them have sworn their oath of office on.
Inshallah, inshallah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, it has history, and I think every book that has history, if it's been shared among so many people, it's like the sister and brotherhood of the traveling Quran, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Jazakallah khair for sharing that with us, and you can see kind of the corner of the Quran peeking through, but it's a beautiful Quran. It's been shared, as Asad said, with many people who've taken an oath for our states and for their counties or school boards. This is history. Alhamdulillah. And I don't know how much where Nausheena went. She might have gone to take their official photo.
No, she's in the picture, but since the picture, she's not in the center of the picture. It's only showing the middle of the picture.
Okay, I see.
If we get off, Ahmad, can you remove Sister Asma and me from the picture and make it a one-person view? Yeah, there you go. So you could see that empty chair was the one that's in the center. So that's what was showing up.
Yeah. And in a non-pandemic year, which I don't know when we're going to see one soon, normally we would get to see, some of us would get to see this in person. This would be a different kind of event, and it's not, but alhamdulillah, we are able to join together, and I think that this is still incredibly important that we get to share this stream be with Nausheena, even though she might feel alone in this moment, that there's so many of us who have her back and are watching from our homes.
Yeah, there are actually 23 people watching it live right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these people are excited. It's being broadcast on 7 different platforms. So on any given platform, it shows as 1 or 3 or 5, but altogether, there are actually 23 people watching. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I suspect this video will have over 1,000 views after everything is said and done.
Now Nausheena looks like she's just waiting for more instructions on what to do next. You mentioned that the room is pretty stuffy and that people are not feeling great in there, so I'm sure they're excited to get out at some point soon.
Yeah.
But even so, for those of you that are watching, even partners, spouses, every elector is allowed to bring one guest, and even those guests aren't allowed in the chamber itself. They have to be either in the gallery or outside waiting for the electors to come out. So the alternate electors get the guests as well. Yeah, everyone has to be out of the chamber once the oath started. So they're just waiting to be let back in or to see their loved ones.
I think she has to do the last piece of paperwork, which is to acknowledge that she is the one who filled out the ballots. You can see all the precautions that are being taken, including the person carrying the papers is wearing gloves. It's all because of the COVID pandemic. 4 years ago, when I attended the Electoral College meeting, things were a lot simpler back then.
I bet they were. The world looks a lot different now than it did then. And it's crazy how this process has to be, they have to secure it in law. So I shared some of the statutes that, require the process to be a certain way. But it's tedious. The process is tedious, and that's to ensure security. The electors, for example, are required to stay in a certain place. They cannot stay in their homes the night before. They have to be there on time. The meeting has to start at noon. If it doesn't start at noon, there are problems. But all of this is in Minnesota state law. And you would think, why would the timing of a meeting be in state law? But it all is.
Yeah, so in the past, they actually passed a federal electoral college law, but in the past, before that, it used to be up for grabs. I mean, there were all kinds of misunderstandings, and people did whatever they wanted to do.
Yep.
So Minnesota has very specific regulations, especially for the faithless elector. And Minnesota is also party to an intrastate rule compact, but that compact is not yet activated, which says that when more than 270 electoral college equivalent states sign the compact, it goes into effect that says regardless of who won the state, all the states' electoral votes will be given to the winner of the popular ballot, the popular vote. So Minnesota is actually party to that compact, as was mentioned by Secretary of State before. But the reason that did not get implemented today is because the majority of America's states have not signed on to that compact.
State Auditor Julie Blaha said, thank you for inviting us into this event. Yeah, a close-up view of one elector's experience is a good reminder of how personal democracy is to all of us. Absolutely. I think there are many of us, including myself, who haven't taken the time to watch this meeting before. And it's, I think, important to see if we're ever planning to abolish this entire process, to see exactly how it works, which statutes are involved, what way it would take to take a step back from this and start over.
And I also want to do a shout out to Julie Blaha, who's actually our state auditor. She's one of the 4 constitutional officers of the state of Minnesota. Normally, in a non-pandemic year, constitutional officers like her and Keith Ellison and the governor and the Secretary of State would all be present at this meeting as dignitaries. And due to COVID restrictions, I'm sure she is, like the rest of us, from the safety of
thanks to everyone for being here, participating in this 41st Assembly of the Electoral College in Minnesota. Our activities today have continued a long tradition of electoral politics. We have conducted today an important constitutional function, but we've also conducted an important cultural function by showing our commitment to the peaceful transition of power. In too much of the world, change in government comes only through force. We Americans don't do that. We have our differences, often strong ones, but we are committed to the rule of law. Whether we agree or disagree with the outcome that the laws have produced, we respect and honor that outcome. Thank you all. May God bless the great state of Minnesota. May God bless the United States of America. If there is no further business to come before this assembly, I would entertain a motion for adjournment, citing Marching motion. Second. It has been moved and seconded. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. The motion is adopted. The meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your service to Minnesota and to the United States of America. Your adjourned.
The meeting has adjourned.
That's wonderful. I think now they're going to be invited to leave the assembly hall. I wonder if Sister Nausheena will be able to talk with us, because she's still supposed to sign the Quran and a few other things like that.
Yeah. Another thing to note is that the governor isn't in attendance today, and that's because he's actually on site accepting some of the vaccines that were shipped to our state, which is good news, right? That we're seeing a couple of big things happen in our state.
Yeah, we really need this pandemic to be over. And I hope the vaccine distribution goes without a glitch.
So,
We're going to escort you back and forth to the same
I wonder if Sister Nausheena is allowed to talk now.
I think
and with the state assistance, we'll take 7 minutes at a time back to the office.
Looks like we're getting escorted out right away, so I have to get on a bus like right now because they're escorting us out. So,
Okay. Well, congratulations, sister.
so bye. Assalamu alaikum.
all right, Assalamu alaikum. Good job, Nausheena.
Well, good job there. Over 100 people have watched this online, and I'm sure over 1,000 will watch before it's done. She has had to hang up now. We're going to end the broadcast. Sister Asma, do you have any last words of wisdom?
Nope. Just Jazakallah khair for joining, and we also want to make this coming year exciting and full of good health and joy for all of us, inshallah.
Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.